Hello students. Sorry for 2 minutes delay. Yes, I am live now. So today I am going to discuss 3 chapters together, that is electric potential, current electricity and moving charges and magnetism. Okay, so obviously we have completed these 3 chapters in our lecture series, and if you have not seen our one shot revision videos, don't forget to check our channel. There is a playlist, separate playlist for Masterstroke. All the videos that we are doing currently available in that playlist. Right now, if you have any questions, any doubts, don't forget to ask me. Yes, Dan, thank you. Good morning to you as well. Without any delay, let's start. First we will start with few questions from electric potential, then obviously the most important chapter of your KCET, current electricity. This is not over, we will come back to current electricity once more after your PU exam is over, during the final revisions. Then we will revise this chapter once more, because 6 to 7 question comes from this chapter alone. And then lastly, moving charges and magnetism. We will end our session along with moving charges and magnetism. So let's start our class today. Let's see what is there for our store. Okay, somehow this is here. First question: two metal spheres of radii 1.1 meter and 0.02 meter are given charges of 15 microcoulomb and 45 microcoulomb respectively. Then they are connected by a wire. The final charge on the first sphere is dash dash 10 to the power of -3 coulomb. Okay, so you have to identify how much charge is there in the first sphere. So we have two spheres, one is 0.1 meter, okay, 0.1 meter of radius, and it was given 15 microcoulomb. Okay, sorry, 15 millicoulomb, not microcoulomb, 15 millicoulomb. That is 15 into 10 to the power of -3 coulomb, 15 millicoulomb. And we have a smaller sphere of radius 0.02 meter, and it was given a 45 millicoulomb. Now we connect them so that they exchange the charges. Okay, and after the charges are exchanged, what is the final charge on the first sphere? That is what we are trying to find. Now don't get tempted that it will be simply add them and divide them. That will not be the case, because the potential the charges will be exchanged until both of them have the same potential. So first of all, we have to calculate the potential V1 of the sphere and V2 of the sphere, and then we can decide, okay, who is having higher potential, so how much charge is being distributed, right? Voice is low. Okay, voice is low. I think there is no issue from my end. If you can still feel that my voice is low, then you can mention again in the comment. Okay, no, C is not, C may be the answer, but you are not sure. Okay, and in my personal experience, C will not be the answer. Why? Because you have to calculate the potentials. If it was that easy, then they would not have given you the question. So what is the potential of the first sphere? What is the formula for potential? Potential is basically KQ by R square. Okay, in this case KQ1 by R1 square. Sorry, not square, my mistake, KQ by R. Electric field is R square, but potential is only R. So this is the first potential of the first sphere. Okay, so Q1 is 15 millicoulomb. Okay, and then 15 is 10 to the power of -3. I am not using the values. Okay, and obviously potential is say 0.1. This is the initial potential. Okay, and the initial potential of the sphere 2 is KQ2 by R2. Okay, so that will be K 45 into 10 to the power -3. I am explaining it little detail In exam you don't need to do that long, you can do it a shortcut way. I will show you that as well. So first of all, you have to understand that these two potentials are not equal. So obviously this one is having higher potential than that one, so there will be some charges exchanged between them till both of them reaches the same potential. So suppose the final potential here is V, this will also have potential V. Okay, both of them are now having the same potential. The charge on Q1 one is, say, charge on this, say, capital Q1, and charge on this, say, capital Q2. Now what we know from the conservation of charges, that Q1 plus Q2 must be equals to 15 plus 45, that is equals to 60 microcoulomb, sorry, millicoulomb. Now the potentials are same. So potentials are same means what? KQ1 by 0.1 equals to KQ2, this is the shortcut way, by 0.02. K cancels. Okay, now you have to put it, so it will be 10, if you multiply it 100, it will be 10, so it will be 2Q1 equals to 10Q2. Okay, 2Q1 is equal to 10Q2, do the cross multiplication, you can find that out, right? Or Q1 is basically 5Q2. Okay, so this is the final charge distribution. Now you have to put them in the top equation. So Q1 plus 5, just a second, Q1 plus Q1 by 5. We are trying to find Q1, right? So from here we will try to substitute Q2, so that directly we get only Q1. So that will be equals to 60. Okay, and from there you get 6 Q1 by 5 equals to 60. So that means it will be cancelled, it will be 10. So Q1 is basically 50 millicoulomb. Okay, so 50 millicoulomb is the answer. So answer is A. Okay, then so be careful, this is a very tricky question. It is not just simply adding the charges and dividing by 2. Okay, that if that was it was that easy, it would not it may be coming into your MCQ of your board exam. If they are point objects having different charges, definitely you can add them and divide them by 2. But since they are not point objects, they are enlarged object, you have to consider that final potential after exchanging the charge should be the same. That should be your starting point. Okay, I gave you little explanation why the potentials will not be the same. Okay, so potentials after they exchange the charges, that is our starting point. So once the charges are exchanged, okay, charges are exchanged, say the charge on this sphere is Q1 and charge on this sphere is Q2, and then what is the relationship? We know that both of them should be at the same potential. Both of them at the same potential means Q1 by 0.1 is equal to Q2 by 0.02. Okay, that is the basic relationship. Q by R, Q1 by R1 is equal to Q2 by R2, constant will cancel. Then you have to just simplify. Another relationship is there, that both of them were given some charges. So from the conservation of charges, total charge after the distribution should be the same as the initial charges. From there also you will get another equation. So two equations, two unknowns, you can solve it, right? Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, a charge of 6.75 microcoulomb in an electric field is acted upon by a force of 2.5 Newton. The potential gradient at this point is. Okay, so potential gradient means they are trying to ask you what is dV by dl, okay, or dV by dx. So they are asking you to find this. Okay, so you have to use some knowledge of something and then you have to calculate it. How to do that? Force is given, charge is given, and they ask you to find potential gradient. How to solve it? Okay, Dan, thank you. Now how can you solve it? What formula do we use? We know that magnitude of electric field is basically equals to this dV by dl. right? This is our starting point. So this is an indirect question from electric potential and related to electric field as well. We know that electric force is basically given by Q into E. So as simple as that, if you understand the question, so potential gradient is nothing but electric field. If you understand this, you can solve this question. Even though the question language seems difficult, what is potential gradient, how to find it? Potential gradient means basically gradient you have learned in your mathematics class. It represents the slope of the graph. Slope means dy by dx, right? Similarly, in the case of potential gradient is dv by dl. Okay, so we have to just calculate this E. Force is given 2.75, 2.5. 2.5 is given. Charge is given 6.75 microcoulomb, that is 10 to the power of minus 6 into E. So this from here you just need to calculate E. Basically they are asking you to calculate electric field E indirectly. Okay, 2.5 divided by 6.75, okay, into 10 to the power of 6. Okay, so 10 to the power of 6, but if you calculate this value, okay, from the given option, it is clear that you will get 3.7571. Obviously all the options are 3.71, so if you calculate them, that much calculation you don't need to do, you don't need to check whether you will get 3.71. Only thing you have to careful that 2.5 divided by 6.75, that means there will be a 10 to the power of minus 1 extra. Okay, because you are dividing a smaller number with a larger number. So if you want to adjust them, you have to adjust it with 10 to the power of minus 1. So also we have a 10 to the power of plus 6. Why 10 to the power of plus 6? Because we divided this on the other side, so it becomes plus 6. So basically that means it will be simply 10 to the power of 5. So power will be reduced by 1. That much you have to be careful about. Other than that, everything is very simple. So obviously option B is the correct answer, 3.71 into 10 to the power of 5 volt per meter. In case, in fact, you can even guess the answer in this case, as you know that this is the charge value given 10 to the power of minus 6. So definitely it should be on the same range, and if you do the multiplication or division, it should be on the range of 10 to the power of 5. Anyway, so this question is all about language. Other than that, if they ask you, yes, Deepika, yes, 3.71 option B, dV by dl. Sir, I am getting option B. Yes, option B is the answer. Dan, Deepika, both of you are correct. Hi Deepika. Now let's move on to the next question. Yes, that is the main thing. You have to understand the logic or physics. The teachers say physics behind the question. Physics behind the question means basically the logic, whatever logic is to be used to answer that question. Two free protons are separated by a distance of 2 angstroms. Okay, if one proton is kept stationary and other proton is released, the kinetic energy of the second proton when it is at infinite distance from the separation is. Very interesting question, but very simple question if you know what you want to do it. Okay, so we have two protons. Okay, two proton means plus E obviously, and they are separated by a distance of 2 angstroms. Angstrom means 10 to the power of 10, if you remember, minus 10 meters. If you have learned it, I think in your lower grades, angstrom. Okay, nowadays we do not use angstrom, we use nanometers more. Okay, angstrom is used in chemistry and spectrum. Okay, but in physics we mostly use nanometers, which is 10 to the power of minus 9, that is 20 angstrom, but 0.2 angstrom, sorry, but this is also another way to represent distances, right? So it is 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Now how can you find what will be the kinetic energy when this proton, suppose I am taking this proton to infinity, what will be the kinetic energy? Sir, please explain that power conversion. Power conversion is this one, right? So first what you have to do, you understood this, right? We are trying to find the unknown E. So basically 10 to the power of minus 6, we have taken that in the other side, so it becomes 10 to the power of plus 6. Now if you are dividing a number, okay, if you see the numerator, that is the upper half, upper part is smaller compared to the lower part, that is the 6.75, right. 2.5 is less than 6.75. Now, if you consider all the options here, you see that all of them are given 3.75, 3.75, 3.71. So, they are all basically saying you that if you divide a number x by y, and if y is greater than x, that number should be always less than 1. Okay, if y is greater than x, that number should always be less than 1. Now, how can I make this number greater than 1? To make that number greater than 1, what we have to do? We have to do something 10 to the power of minus 1. So, basically what you are doing, you are saying that I am borrowing 110. I am borrowing a 10 from you, and then I am returning it like 10 to the power of minus 10, like you do in your old classes division. Okay, so what you do, division is not going, so we take 110, we multiply 110, we divide 110, then we do the division, right. Similarly, here we have borrowed 110 to make this number look like a greater than 1 number, right. So, that is how we have achieved this 10 to the power of minus 1, and then we have added one more 6. Okay, so that becomes 10 to minus 1 plus 6, that is 10 to the power of 5, and that is how we have understood that this will be 10 to the power of 5. The quotient will be 10 to the power of 5. Okay. So, this is how we do the approximation, because in your exam you are not allowed to use calculator. So, you have to be smarter, and if you try to do this division, it will waste a lot of time for you as well. So, first step is to understand what will be the magnitude of 10 to the power. In case you the values are given differently, okay, then you have to understand, try to find the try to do the 10 to the power calculation and see if any of the particular answer is actually matching with my 10 to the power or not. If there are more than 2 numbers matching the number, then you have to do the at least first digit of the division. That is how we do. Okay, check if one step we do, and then we check whether it is matching or not. So, this is how you can save some time while solving. Okay, and this is also very good skill to have. You have to practice it a few times. You have to solve 30-40 questions, then you will master this art. Okay, now again, so what is the question based on this? How many questions are there? Sudesh, there are 20 questions as usual. Okay, I will be finished in another 1 hour 10 minutes. Okay, other teachers are waiting after me. They have to record their classes as well. There is a 3 p.m. class today by Aishwarya ma'am. So, they are all waiting after me. So, I cannot take much more than that. Okay, so first of all, what is the question is about? This question is about potential energy. So, whatever potential energy at the beginning of the problem, after this proton reached infinity, okay, it will have the same energy. The total energy of the system will remain same. Now, in that case, the total potential energy of the system will become 0, because they are now at infinity. So, the entire potential energy basically will be converted into kinetic energy. So, only thing that you have to do, you have to find the potential energy of the system at the beginning. The same energy will be kinetic energy of the proton at the end of the problem. That is it. So, what is the formula for potential energy? Formula for potential energy is K Q1 Q2 by R. Okay, that is the formula for potential energy. K is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Q1 is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19, and angstrom is basically 2 into 10 to the power of minus 10. So, this is the thing. So, you can see that if you combine them, 1.5 divided by 2, 0.8. So, 0.8. So, it will be 0.8 into 9 is 6.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of 9 minus 19 minus 10. Now, minus 10 will cancel. So, basically you can say that they will cancel. So, only 10 to the power of minus 19 will be left with. So, we can see that all the options have 10 to the power of minus 19. So, my hypothesis in the previous problem that you cannot determine by only checking the 10 to the power of minus 19. All of them has the same dress. So you have to check what will be the value of this. So this will be closer to very close to 9 as I can see, but yes, 6, it will be 9, more than 9 I guess. 9.48. I guess the answer will be 9.48 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay. Option A. Have you calculated it? Have you calculated it? Is it coming very close to 11.5 or it is coming to 9? Okay, because in my calculation I am getting, oh yes, I made a mistake here. This will be 7.2, sorry, 7.2, yes, it will be closer to 7.2 into 1.5 will be 7 plus 3.5, it will be very close to 11. Okay, it will be very close to 11. So how did I do that? 1.6 into 7 I am doing. So 7 is to 7 is 7. Then 6 7s are 42. So it will be 4.2. That will be 11.2 approximately. And option is 11.5 given here. So obviously option A is the correct answer. And don't use the calculator. Yes, Amulya, I made a mistake. I corrected that. Thank you. Yes. While solving the question, try to avoid calculator. Learn from your mistake, that is fine. Okay, because you will have some knowledge. But later on, if you keep on using the calculators in the KCET exam, you are going to have some problems. Question number 4. Work done in carrying an electron from point A to point B in an electric field is, so basically that is the answer, right? You got the answer. So next question, work done in carrying an electron from point A to point B in an electric field is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 18 joules. The potential difference VB minus VA is. This is an easy question. So work done is given. And they ask you what is the potential difference. Okay, easy question. What is the definition of potential difference? Potential is basically defined by charge, work done per unit charge. So basically what you have to do, potential difference will nothing but work done divided by charge. Now in this case it was informed that it is an electron, you are moving an electron. So basically what you have to do, you have to divide it with the charge of an electron. Okay, that is as simple as that. So 3.2 into 10 to the power of minus 18 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay, so this will be giving you 2, this will give you 10, so it will be 20 volt. Okay, 20 volt, option D is the correct answer. Yes, Dan, correct, Dan you are correct. Yes, so you have to fast. You have to solve these kind of questions quickly, because these are the easier questions. These are the questions that will help you to answer quickly and attempt difficult questions later on, right? This is a very easy question. I will just give you some time to read the question and then answer it. A molecule with a dipole moment P is placed in an electric field of strength E. Initially the dipole is aligned to the parallel to the electric field. If the dipole is to be anti-parallel to the electric field, the work required to be done by the external agency is. Okay. So what is the work required to external agency? Minus 2PE, minus PE, only PE, or 2PE? Please answer this question. I am giving you some time to answer. I will wait for your answer. Option B. Dan is saying option B. Okay. Cricket lover saying option C. Anyone else? Okay, so let's understand the theory. So first we have to understand what is the work done in this case. Work done is basically the change in the potential energy. Final potential energy minus the initial potential energy, that is the change. So what is the formula for potential energy of a dipole kept in an electric field? So the potential energy formula is basically minus P dot E. This is the formula, that is minus Pe cos theta. Okay. Now at the beginning, when they are parallel to each other, what is the theta? Theta is 0. So what is the cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So it will be minus Pe is the initial potential energy, let's say Uy. Now what is the final potential energy? Final potential energy is minus Pe cos 180 degree, right? So when they are anti-parallel means they are opposite to each other, that means angle is 180 degrees. So the final potential energy is plus Pe. Okay, now after this many students makes the mistake is that they add them and to find the answer as 0, but that is not the case. 0 is even not given an option. So the potential energy is basically final minus initial, that you have to be clear about. So it will be P minus Pe, so that will be equals to 2 Pe. The work done required is plus 2 Pe, not minus Pe, not minus Pe, not Pe, it is plus 2 Pe. Okay. P sin theta, no, then it is a scalar product, it is a scalar quantity. In scalar quantity sign is not possible, you have to be clear in your mind. Okay, if there are scalar quantities, sign is not possible. Sign is coming only when you are doing the cross product. Okay, so that is the torque, but in case of potential energy is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity is P dot E, not P cross E. Okay, there is a derivation given in your book. They have even considered the 90-degree angle to be the potential, zero potential position, and if they are parallel, that is negative potential, and then if they are anti-parallel, it is a positive potential. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Perfect videos also answered wrong. Khushi also answered wrong. Cricket lover also answered wrong. Okay, so be careful while answering such questions. These are simple, they are like the freak problem, right? And if you want to improve your problem solving skills, definitely we have launched Abhyas KCET test series. You can register right now and get first 4 question papers for absolutely free of cost. Only thing that you have to do, you have to visit the link given in the description, register there, not now, after the lecture is over you can visit the link and then register yourself to get the first 4 question papers absolutely free of cost. And it is a very well thought out plan, and the detailed schedule is available in our website as well. If you want to crack KCET and if you are not having a proper way to practice questions within given time, definitely this is the way. We will give you 60 minutes to answer 60 questions. It will be completely web based platform. You can attempt it from your laptop, PC, wherever you want, and then once this is over they will also give you the marks that you have scored, and we will provide you video solutions, PDF lectures, one shot revisions, everything will be there at one place. You can come and check whatever is your weak point. Based on that there will be recommended, we will recommend you what is your what should you study. So that the things are, this is already live in our portal. You can go and check that out after the lecture is over. Now let's move on to the next question. Potential difference between the point P and Q in the electric circuit shown is. So we have a given circuit diagram. Okay, so what is the potential difference between P and Q? Any similarity with any known circuit? Any similarity? Yes, Vishal, we will do more questions like this. This is a 1.5 hour session. So we will be doing some interesting questions throughout the session. Stay with us, and in future also we will be doing more questions like the previous one. Okay, don't worry. Right now we have a time constraint, so we have to finish the lecture so that all the other teachers are waiting. Also, I have to record other lectures as well. A lot of things are going on in our channel right now. We are super busy, so we have managed some time for only for you. Okay. So potential difference between point P and point Q. What is the potential difference? Okay. Dan Cooper, Wheatstone, that is the trap given to you. Okay, it is very similar to Wheatstone bridge. So you might think, okay, in Wheatstone bridge we know that the potential of these 2 points are equal, so it must be 0. So if you fall for that trap, then you are over. It is actually, it looks like Wheatstone bridge, it is given intentionally like Wheatstone bridge, but actually it is not a Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge is where the connections are made from this side. Okay, connections are made from the open sides. If the resistance is connected like this, then you could have said this was a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, but the resistance is connected across the line, so this is not a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so this same resistance, if they are connected like this, then it would have been a Wheatstone bridge, but here it is connected like this. So what is the problem? Basically that means this resistance and this resistance are in series, this and this are in also in series, and then the entire combination 3 resistances are in parallel. That's it. Okay, only to confuse you they have given you, even you can see that 3 by 4 equals to 6 by 8. So this is also given you to just to confuse you, but don't get confused, try to solve it methodically. So 3 ohm and 4 ohm are connected in series, so their equivalent resistance is 7 ohm. Okay, similarly 6 and 8 are connected in series, so their equivalent resistance is 14 ohm. Okay, and we have another 2 ohm through the center. So basically it is like 3 resistances connected in parallel. One is 7 ohm, then another one middle one is 2 ohm, then we have a 14 ohm. Okay, so this is basically the simplest diagram, 7 to 14. Okay, and the current is already given 15 ampere. Okay, so we just need to calculate the equivalent resistance and then multiply with 15 to calculate the potential, right? So what is the equivalent resistance? So 1 by Req equals to 1 by 7 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 14. Now LCM is 14, so 7 2s are 14 plus 7 2s are 14 plus 14 1s are 14. So it will be 9 plus 10, so 10 by 14. Okay, so R equivalent is basically 14 divided by 10. Okay, that is 1.4. Okay, so this is the R equivalent. So if this is the R equivalent, what is the voltage drop? Voltage drop is equal to I into R equivalent, that is 1.4 into 15. Okay, so it will be 15 into 6. Okay, 15 plus 6, that will be 21 volt. Okay, so 21 volt. And again, how did I calculated this without using calculator? So what I did, I multiplied 1 into 15. 1 into 15 is basically 15, right? Then 0.4 into 15. 0.4 into 15, if you are not sure, you just multiply 4 into 15. 4 15s are 60. Okay, so 0.4 will be 6. So I just added these two numbers and I got it is 21. Okay, so you have to be practicing this kind of shortcut calculative methods in your brain so that you can answer these questions without using calculator. That is the main trick. Okay, answering is, maybe you will know the formula, maybe you will know the understand the problem, but eventually it comes down to how good you are with your calculative abilities. Now next question, I think this should be an easy question. In the electric circuit shown, each cell has an EMF of 2 volts and internal resistance of 1 ohm. The external resistance is 2 ohm. The value of current I is. This should be an easy question. I don't find any trick. Okay. The trick is in the circuit diagram. The trick is in the circuit diagram. If you have to check this circuit diagram, this battery closely, how they are connected. If you see how many cells are there, one cell, then we have the second cell, then we have a third cell. Okay, the trick is here. Rakesh Lamani, hi sir. Hi Rakesh, can you answer this question? Rakesh. So, what is the trick here? The trick is, see, if you see that here how many cells we have? We have one cell. Okay, second cell is also connected in series, but the third one is connected opposite to that, right? So, what is the total potential? So, the total potential will be V1 plus V2 minus V3. Okay. So, because the polarity of the third battery is reversed, polarity of the third cell is reversed, so that will be minus. So, what is the value? Each of them has 2 volts. So, 2 plus 2 minus 2, that is 2 volt. So, the equivalent voltage, equivalent EMF is 2 volt. Equivalent EMF is 2 volt, but what about the equivalent resistance? The resistance will be added. So, in case no matter how they are connected in series or anti-series, okay, they have to be added. The resistance cannot be subtracted, that is the main thing. So, resistance will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3 ohm. So, 3 ohm is the equivalent resistance of the cells, and we have an external resistance of 2 ohm. So, total resistance will be 2 plus 3, that is 5 ohm, and the voltage is 2 volt. So, current will be 2 by 5, that is 0.4 volt. Okay, 0.4 volt is the 0.4 ampere, my mistake, 0.4 ampere current, right? Current will be 0.4 ampere. Option C is correct. 7C, Dan, yes, correct. Shagufta, yes, correct. So, option C is the correct answer. So, be careful, this is also simple but yet some trick question. Okay, if you have seen such questions before, then it will be easier for you. If you have not seen such questions, you might find such questions to be difficult. Now, question number 8. A 5 ampere current is set up in an external circuit by a 6 volt storage battery for 6 minutes. The chemical energy of the battery is reduced by, okay. So, current is 0.5 ampere set up in an external circuit by a 6 volt storage battery for 6 minutes, okay. What is so entire question was about battery, current, voltage. Suddenly they asked about chemical energy. Is it a chemistry question? Right? Very interesting question, but we can rely on our conservation of energy principle, that whatever energy is being used up by this circuit, the same energy is basically converted from chemical energy, right. So, that chemical energy, whatever chemical energy is reduced by the battery, the same energy is converted by the circuit and it is utilized by the circuit. So, what is the formula for energy? First of all, power is basically, if you remember, power is Y, and also I said the energy is basically vitamin. Energy is vitamin. If you eat vitamin, you will be energized always. So, it will be VIT. So, V is given as 6 volt, I is given 5 ampere, and the time is given 6 minutes. So, be careful here, do not just add multiply 6, you have to multiply with another 60, you have to convert it into seconds, okay. So, just check how much you will get. 30 into 36, 30 into 36. So, it will be 36 into 3, 9 and 9 plus 1.8. So, 10.8, 10.8, 10.8, 530, 30 and 0, so 10 to the power of 2, so it will be 10 to the power of 3. Okay, we have also 30 into 36 is 108. Sorry, 30 into 36 is 108, and there will be a extra 0. No, 1080 into 10. Okay, so this 10 is coming from this 0 and it will be 1080. So it will be 1.08 into 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so 1.08 10 to the power of 4 joules, that will be the answer. Obviously, joules is the unit of energy, not volt. Volt is potential, okay, and obviously not 1.8. Okay, be careful. So it will be 1.08 into 10 to the power of 4. Yes, Dan Cooper. I was doing in my brain, right? So that's why it was slightly incorrect at the beginning. So this will be the answer. So answer is option A. Yes, Dan, you are correct. Next question. This is very important question, and this is one of my favorite question. Similar questions have come in your KCET exam also. The values can be different. I am not sure. I have not taken it from the POIQ section, but I have seen these questions also in your KCET exam as well. Maybe the same question, maybe the different question, but this is very common question. The equivalent resistance between the points A and B. So what is the equivalent resistance between this point and this point? There is a trick to solve this kind of questions. What is the trick? So first of all, you have to understand that this is an infinitely long circuit. Okay, so infinitely long means even if you reduce one or two resistances from the beginning, it does not affect the same resistance will be there at the end of it as well. Now, so what is that? First, if we cut this circuit from here, okay, and if we look from here on, okay, if I remove this part, you will see that again the same 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, that is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, and then the same repeating things are repeating again. So you can say that the resistance of this extra branch, if I remove this branch, that branch will have the same resistance as the initial branch. So if I assume that the entire resistance of this circuit is R, then this cut branch will also have the resistance R because of the fact that this is an infinitely long circuit. That is the approximation we will assume. So basically what we will do, instead of drawing this infinitely, we will say that okay, we have a 2 ohm circuit, we have another 2 ohm given here, we have another 2 ohm given here, and whatever is rest, that rest can be considered to be the equivalent resistance R, and the equivalent resistance of this part is also R, because that is a infinite series resistance, right? So now we will try to find what is the equivalent resistance of this, and we will equate that to R and we will solve it. Okay, so first of all, these two are in parallel. So parallel two resistances, that is 2R divided by R plus 2. That is the equivalent resistance of this combination. Okay. Now this is a common problem, common type of problem. If you have not solved this kind of problem, you should solve more. Now these are connected in series. So what is the total resistance? This plus 2 plus 2, right? So this one is this much. We have another resistance connected in series, 2 ohm. This one is also in series. This is all three are in series. So this is the total resistance, and as we have assumed, this total resistance should be equals to R. Now we have to simply solve it. Okay. So how to solve it? I need some space, so I am erasing this. Okay. Now this will be 2R by r plus 2 equals to r minus 4. Okay, it will be a quadratic equation, then you have to solve it. Okay, obviously r cannot have negative value, only positive values are possible. So 2r equals to r square, okay, r square plus 2r minus r square plus 2r minus 8. Okay, so this 2r cancel, so r square is equals to 8 or r equals to 4, 2 to the 4, 2 root 2. It will be 2 root 2. Okay, so it will be 2 into 1.4, that is 2.8. Have I made some mistake? R square plus 2r minus 8. It should be closer to 3 only. Okay. But again, it cannot be closer to 3, it should be closer to 5. Where I have made mistake? R square. Okay, got it. There will be a minus 4r as well, right? So it will be r square minus 4r plus 2r minus 8. Okay, so this 2r cancels, but we still have another quadratic equation, r square minus 4r minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, so I don't think they will have a real root. You have to use the quadratic formula to find the solution for this, right? 4 to the 8, no, 6 to the 12, no. Okay, you cannot have a real root for this, no, not a particular root. You have to check the answer. It should be close to 5. Okay, the answer should be very close to 5. Yes. Five to the 10 divided by 12, 10 by 12, 10 by 12, and 5.5 is 11 divided by 7. 11 divided by 7.5, 1.5. I think it will be 5.5 ohm. Okay, you can check the roots of this equation and you can solve it. Okay, r equals to 4 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, b square is 16. Okay, minus 4ac, so c is minus, so there will be ac will be plus. So 4 is basically 4 times 8, 32 divided by 2. Okay, so this will be the first step. You have to check it. So you will get 4 minus will not be the case, I think, plus and minus square root of 32 plus 48 by 2. Okay, you can check that answer. Perfect is saying option plus. Why you are saying minus 8? So minus 8 will not be there, right? It will be plus 2r, and there is a 2r. So this 2r will cancel. It will be minus 4r, not minus 8r. Okay, this will be minus 4r. Okay, this r square minus 4r plus 2r minus 8. Okay, and there is a 2r on the left hand side. So these two 2r's will cancel. There will be minus 4r, not 8r. Okay. Yes. Melvin Fernandez, hi, go, hi, E. Option A, perfect video is saying option D. No, option, see, option D is not possible. Why I am saying that? First of all, you have to understand that what is the basic combination of these resistances. Okay. So you have to at least get an answer, you have to get an idea. So we have a 2 ohm here, we have another 2 ohm here, and entire thing is connected in series. Right. So minimum resistance should be 2 plus 2, that is 4. So this is the minimum value of the resistance, and whatever this resistance contribute, that will take it more than 4. Anyway, this will always be true. Okay. So that is the basic thing. It will be either 5 or 5.5. If you calculate this exactly, you will you can find that answer. Unfortunately, I am stuck here. You can this is not super good in terms of I have seen the question with 1 ohm, that may be slightly easier to solve. Anyway, this is also be solvable, but instead of 2 minutes, maybe it will take some 3 minute problem. Okay, but it is a standard problem. You can check the answer. In my opinion, in whatever I have seen from up to this part, it will be 5.5 in my opinion. Also, what you can do, there is another shortcut way to check it. How? You don't need to do everything like this. Okay, as I said that it should be greater than 4. The resistances should be greater than 4. There will be no way it will be less than 4. Okay. So how can you check that? Whether after you write this equation, what you will do? You will satisfy first with 5 ohm in this equation. So 2 into 5 divided by 5 plus 2, that is 10 by 7. Okay, and 10 by 7 is equals to somewhere 1 point something, 1.3 to the 3. Okay, 4, in fact almost 4. Okay, but anyway, so it will be the it will be 1.4. So if you do that, you will get 1.4. Now what is on the right hand side? Right hand side you will get 5 minus 4, that is 1. So they are not matching exactly. Okay, left hand side is slightly bigger than right hand side. So how can you do that? So the answer will be 5.5 divided by 5.5. So basically we are satisfying with the two closest possible resistances. That's it. It will be 11 by 7.5. It will be slightly less, and it will be 5.5 minus 4. So it will be 1.5. So in this case you will get almost 1.5, even though it is not exactly matching, but that will be the closest. So more than 5.5 is the closest value. Okay, so this is how you can solve it, right? Option A will be the answer. This is the way you should do in your final board exam. After you establish this equation, you should approach like this. And how do you know that what is the closest value? So whatever resistances are given in series, that should be the minimum possible value. So these are the main things when you are dealing with tricky questions. You need to know this kind of tricks. A charged particle is moving in an electric field of 10 to the power of minus 10 volt per meter with mobility 2.5 into 10 to the power of 6 meter square per volt second. Its drift velocity is. Easy question. What is the relationship between mobility, drift velocity and electric field? If you know that, you can answer it. Okay. So mobility is basically, mobility is defined by drift velocity per unit electric field, as simple as that. So drift velocity will be mobility into electric field, that is 2.5 into 10 to the power of 6 into 10 to the power of minus 10 volt per meter, meter per second. Meter per second. So, it should be equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter per second. This should be 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay, there is a typing mistake. Okay, so this will be 10 to the power, you see all of them are minus 4, suddenly one of them is plus 4. This will be minus 4. Okay, 10 to the power of minus 4. So, the correct answer is in this case option. Easy question, that is why I am not wasting super time. So, you have to remember that the definition of mobility, that is drift velocity per unit electric field. Yes, yes. Okay. So, now question number 11, very interesting question, very simple, apparently very simple. Okay, IV characteristics of a copper wire of length L and area of cross section A is shown in the figure. The slope of the curve becomes less if the wire is length of the wire is increased, area of the wire is increased, less if the length of the wire is increased, more if experiment is performed at higher temperature, more if a wire of steel of same dimension is used. So, what is the wire? Initially copper wire. So, you can guess the answer if you are smart enough, because 3 of them indicated something and only one of them indicated something different. So, if you can understand that, you can answer this question. Otherwise, the physics is also simple, but not super duper simple. You have to use your head. This whatever it looks like, it is not that simple. Okay, so just try to figure it out and answer. I will wait for your answer for this question. Dan is saying option C. Anyone else? So, you have to understand what is the physics behind this question. So, physics behind this question is basically, what is this axis? This is I axis, this is V axis. Okay, and slope means, if you see this is the theta, slope is basically tan theta, right? What else? How do we represent slope? There are 2 ways we represent slope. One is delta y by delta x. Okay, in this case, what is delta y? Delta y is basically, you can say for some value, suppose because it's a straight line, you don't need to do the delta thing. You can take any I and any v, and you can say, okay, my slope is I by v. Okay, so what is I by v? So, my slope is basically I by v is equals to IR. So, that means when the voltage versus current graph is given, that means is basically 1 by R. Okay, so the slope is basically 1 by R. So, we have to find it out how we can how the slope is related with resistance. If resistance is more, slope will be less. That's it. If slope is more, resistance will be less. Now, in this case, all the cases are given, first 2 cases given less, next 2 cases given more. So, we have to find out where the resistance is increasing or decreasing. So, first of all, they have given if the area of the wire increased. If the area of the wire increased, resistance decreases. So, slope will be more. Definitely, this is not the answer. Less if the length of the wire is increased. Now, if the length is increased, resistance will be increased, because R is equal to rho L by A. So, if resistance increases, then M definitely going to decrease. So, this is definitely the correct answer. If you see other 2 options also, if you increase the temperature means resistance increases means slope decreases. Okay, but here they have given in more. Similarly, option D, more if the wire of steel is used. So, wire of steel is used, steel has a higher resistivity compared to copper. So, in that case, resistance will increase, resistance increases means slope decrease. Okay, as simple as that. Just use some intuitional ability to solve this question. So if I were you, I would have not even do this mathematics. I just remember that, okay, in this case resistance is increasing, in this case is also resistance increasing, okay. So definitely if resistance is increasing, so both of the cases cannot be more, okay. So there has to be some inverse relationship. Definitely these two are incorrect answer. Now if you see these options, resistance is decreasing and this is resistance is increasing, so definitely less. If resistance is increasing, I would have guessed this answer even without solving it. But if you solve, this is another common question. The variation of terminal potential difference with current flowing through a cell is as shown. So this is the variation of voltage and current as shown in a cell, electric cell, okay. The EMF and internal resistance of the cells are, what is the EMF, what is the internal resistance of the cell? Should be simple. Yes, R is directly proportional to temperature, you are correct. Now answer this question. This is a simple one line question, okay, you don't need to think too much about it. So if voltage versus current graph is given, now at this point current is 0. So current 0 means whatever is the voltage, that should be the terminal potential. Terminal potential and EMF should be equal only when the current in the circuit is 0. So current in the circuit is 0 means this should give you the EMF of the cell. Now when entire current is flowing, okay, that means no other external resistances are connected. So battery is basically short circuited, that is why voltage is 0 now. So voltage is 0 means entire current, whatever current is flowing, that current is flowing through the internal resistance. So R will be equals to, first of all from here we say EMF of the cell is 3 volt, okay, and the small r is basically 3 divided by 6, that is 0.5 ohm, okay. So it will be 3 volt 0.5 ohm. So this point will give you the the EMF of the cell, and this point will give you the internal resistance of the cell, okay. Next question. The effective resistance between P and Q for the following network. So another network based question, combination of resistance based question, medium question. You should solve it quickly, not super lengthy question, okay. 3 3 is 6, 6 3 3 7, very easy question. Yes, 12, option D was correct. Now question 13. Question 13 is easy question, you don't need anything, you just simply if you know few tricks, you can answer it like in 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So here we have two resistances, right, 3 ohm and 3 ohm. Now if you start here, first of all you have to identify which point we are finding. We are finding between P and Q. We are finding between P and Q. So current will follow through all the resistances, you cannot skip any one of them, okay. So first of all you have to see that this point, if you start at this point, the current has only one path to go. So this is basically a series resistance, okay. They are connected in series, these two resistances are connected in series. So 3 ohm and 3 ohm will give you a combined resistance of 6 ohm. Now if you just come below that, now you are seeing that these two resistances are connected in parallel. So two equal resistances connected in parallel, means you can say the equivalent resistance is half of that, so that is 3 ohm, okay. So when two equal resistances connected in parallel, then their equivalent resistance is half of that. So now we have only 3 resistances to deal with. We have one 4 ohm, we have one 3 ohm, and then we have another 5 ohm. As simple as that. 4 plus 3 plus 5, that is 12 ohm is the answer. Option C, yes, option C is correct, yes. So this is the way to tackle this kind of questions. This is basically a very simple easy questions. You should not take more than 30 seconds if you see such questions. Now next question, to send 10% of the main current through a moving coil galvanometer of resistance 99 ohm, the shunt required is, we have a galvanometer, okay, and what they are saying is that we have a shunt resistance. Basically we are trying to convert it into an ammeter. Shunt resistance S, suppose this is the current that is coming in, okay, and they are saying that only 10% of it is passing through the galvanometer. That means 0.1 I is passing through the galvanometer, okay, and rest 0.9 I is passing through the shunt resistance. So you have to calculate what is the value of this shunt resistance. The galvanometer is given as 99 ohm, okay. So what is the thing? So it does not depend on this current, obviously. If you arrange this system like that, always 10% of the current will pass through the galvanometer. You can increase the current, you can decrease the current, but 10% current will always pass through the galvanometer. Now how to do that? So you have to remember that galvanometer and shunt are basically connected in parallel. If they are connected in parallel means whatever is the voltage drop across the galvanometer, the same voltage drop will be across the shunt as well, okay. The voltage drop across both components will be same. So what is the voltage drop across the galvanometer? Current, that is 0.1 I, times the resistance, that is G. So IR, that is the voltage drop across the galvanometer. What is the voltage drop across the shunt? Current, that is 0.9 I, times the resistance, that is S. Now I will definitely cancel, and you can even remove the points from both sides. So you will get G is equal to 9S, okay. So S equals to G by 9. So G was given 99, so you just divide it by 9, so you will get 11 ohm, okay. So 11 ohm is the answer. So in this case there is no approximation, you get exactly the same value, okay, and no way you can say that 10, 11, 9, all are close answers. So you have to be precise in this case, and it is actually you are getting a exactly correct answer, okay. Let's see if anyone answered it. No one answered this. Sir, after board mate Masterstroke series Mardita. Yes, Samarth, we will continue with the Masterstroke series even after board, okay. But right now many students are preparing for board exam as well as KCET exam. Some of them have completed their board preparation, so they requested the Masterstroke. So that's why we are continuing Masterstroke. We will continue the series with newer chapters, with newer discussion every week. So that will continue, okay. Don't worry. Now question number 15. A magnetic field of 0.4 K Tesla. Now we have moved into the magnetic field part. So last 5 question is from magnetic field. A magnetic field of 0.4 K Tesla exerts a force of 2I plus J into 10 to the power of minus 7 Newton on a particle having charge of 1 microcoulomb while moving in the xy plane. The velocity of the particle is. Magnetic field is given, okay, force is given, charge is given, and moving in the xy plane is given. So they have asked you to find the velocity of the particle. How can we do that? So we know that this is based on, actually this is not magnetic field, this is based on Lorentz force. So from Lorentz force we know that magnetic force is basically given by Q V cross B, okay. So assume that it is moving along in the xy plane. So moving in the xy plane means we can assume that the velocity is basically A I cap plus B j cap. That is, you have to assume, okay. Otherwise you cannot solve it because there is a cross product involved, okay. And magnetic field is given 0.4 K in the K cap, right. So what is the force? Force is basically 2I plus J into 10 to the power of minus 7. Okay. Charge is 1 microcoulomb, that is Q is 1 microcoulomb, micro means 10 to the power of minus 6, and then V. So, V is A I cap plus B j cap into 0.4 K cap. Okay, there is a cross product. Now, again we have to do the mathematics. 2 I cap plus j cap into, if you just cancel this, you will get 10 to the power of minus 1. Why 10 to the power of minus 1? Minus 7 on this side plus minus 6 on the other side. So, minus 6 will be cancelled, but there is one extra minus 1 that will be left, that is equals to, now what is 0.4 is common. What is I cross K? So, how to remember I, J, K? This is the root that you should remember. If it is anything other than this direction, it will be minus. So, K cross I is plus J, but we are doing I cross K. I cross K means definitely it will be minus J. So, it will be minus J, minus A J cap and plus J cross K. So, J cross K, again now we are going in the original direction. So, J cross K should be equals to I. So, it will be B I cap. Okay. Now, what you have to do? We have to compare it. Now, again 0.4 we have to divide on the other side. So, minus A j cap plus B I cap equals to 0.4 will cancel with this 10 to the power of minus 1 and 0.4. 0.4 means 10 to the power of minus 4 into 10 to the power of minus 1. So, basically 2 I cap plus j cap divided by 2, right, divided by 4, sorry, that is I cap by 2 plus j cap by 4. Now, if you compare I cap with I cap, that is I cap with I cap, you get B is equals to, B is basically equals to, slightly longer question, okay, but just methodical question you have to practice. So, first I cap is compared to B. So, B is basically half and minus A is basically 1 by 4. So, A is minus 1 by 4. So, what is the vector? That was our initial assumption. V is equal to, so V is equal to minus 1 by 4 I cap plus half j cap. Okay. That means it will be minus 0.25 I cap plus 0.5 j cap. Okay. So, minus 0.25 I cap plus 0.5 j cap. So, option C is the answer. We have few more questions to go on and it should be over. Okay. Option C, yes, option C, right? Yes, option C is the correct. Now, question number 16. Particle of mass m, charge q and kinetic energy k enters a transverse uniform magnetic field B. After 3 seconds, the kinetic energy of the particle will be. So, now I will not solve this question. I will give you 10 seconds to answer it. Okay, easy question, just logic you have to apply it to solve. Okay. Particle of mass m, charge q and energy k entered a magnetic field. Okay, suppose we have a magnetic field like this. Let me explain it a little bit. A charge particle enters into it with mass m, charge q and kinetic energy k. Okay, after 3 seconds, suppose after 3 seconds it reaches here some point. Okay, what will be the kinetic energy? Sir, take more questions with respect to KCET, sir, not for PU. I am a dropper, sir. My board marks is 264. How much I needed to score KCET rank below 3K? These questions taken from, can we able to solve questions in KCET after these questions? Muhammad Ashraf Ali, your score is 264, not super good, not so super bad. It is very well within the range. You can score less than 3K easily if you score 50 plus 50 to 55 in your KCET exam each subject. Okay. So minimum 150 should be your target, so to get at least less than 3K, and if you score more than that, definitely you can score less than 1000 as well. Okay, our target is to help you achieve the 1000 rank. So that's why I am saying 150 plus will be definitely a great for you to get that rank. Okay, if you had 280 plus in your PU board exam, then it would have been slightly easier, but 150 plus still you can manage. If you can manage, you will definitely get less than 3K rank. These questions are basically something to give you some push. This is not sufficient, but this is essential. Okay, we have handpicked very important types of question which might come in your KCET exam. They are taken some from PYQ, some from the some of our Deeksha question banks. We have a huge question bank, okay, across the year, so curated by senior teachers. So those are basically taken from these two sources, and all of these questions are KCET. Thinking about students like you, we have started this Masterstroke series, okay, and we have a lot of PU2 students also. We cannot abandon them as well. So PU2 session will continue as usual, and Masterstroke, see, for KCET we are doing 3 daily videos. One Masterstroke at 9 AM, then 11 PM, then we have another at 3 PM. So every day 3 Masterstroke videos. Then we have also we have PU series only at 6 PM. Okay, so 6 PM videos are only for PU board. Right now we have completed the PU series, so that is the main thing. And also if you want to achieve the 150 plus rank, these are definitely not going to be enough, but this is the start. Okay, these will give you the idea that what type of questions that might come from this particular chapter. Okay, these are some taken to give you some ideas. Also I will share some tips, tricks as usual. That is the main thing. Now this question is basically talks about the kinetic energy K. Kinetic energy, as soon as it enters into a magnetic field, okay, the kinetic energy, if they are perpendicular to each other, okay, it will start rotating in a circular motion, and there will be no change in its velocity. The velocity's magnitude will not change, its direction will change, but kinetic energy does not depend on the direction. So kinetic energy will remain unchanged in this case. Okay, 150 marks safe to score, na sir, for below 3K board mark 260. Yes, Muhammad Ashraf, 150 is definitely that should be your minimum get go, right? PCM 50 50 50. If you score that much, definitely you will score less than 3K. In fact, if you get more than 50 in some subjects, suppose 55 in mathematics, 55 in physics, 55 in chemistry, then definitely you can get less than 1000 rank as well. Okay, very close to 1000 rank. Okay, if you had, as I said, if you had 280 marks, I would have said sure shot with 55 you could get less than 1K rank, but since your mark is 15-16 marks less, with 55 you can get very close to that rank. Don't worry, we are talking from our past experience, last year's experience. Maybe also seat numbers will increase, so even 3K rank will be very good if considering your marks, right? So 50 you have to target, that is your minimum target, but if you target 50 you will score less than 50. That's why I said target at least 55. So in case some mishap happens, you can still settle down at 50. So target always higher than whatever is your goal is. Now next, a circular coil of wire of radius r. Have I solved the previous question? Yes. A circular coil of wire of radius r has n turns and carries a current I. the magnetic induction B at the point on the axis of the coil at a distance root 3 r from its center is. So, we have a circular coil like this, and we want to find the magnetic field at some distance. So, the radius is given r, and we are trying to find the magnetic field at distance root 3 r. Okay. You have to find the magnetic field at this point. So, what is the magnetic field? How to do that? What formula we will use? So, formula that we will use is for the magnetic field at the on the axis of a circular coil. That is, any turns are given? Yes, n turns. So, n I r square divided by 2 r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. That is the formula. It is a very common derivation that you do for your PU board. So, the formula is easy to remember. I think I made a mistake. It will be n I r square. Yes, n I r square divided by 2 r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. This is the formula for magnetic field. Now, generally we have only I r square, but because there are n number of turns, so you have to multiply that with that n. That is it. Okay. And there is a mu naught obviously. Okay. Mu naught is obviously there. This is the formula. Now, you have to put the values. So, what is the value? Mu naught is obviously not going anywhere, n is same, I is same, capital R is given as small r, okay, 2 small r square, and the distance x is given root 3 r. Root 3 r whole square is basically 3 r square to the power 3 by 2, right. So, you have to put that value. So, mu naught n I r square divided by 2 into 4 r square to the power 3 by 2. So, 4 r square to the power 3 by 2. So, first we take the half out of the equation. So, to remove this half, what you have to do? You have to take the square root. So, square root of 4 r square basically 2 r, and then we will only left with cube. So, 2 r whole cube is basically 8 r cube. So, you get now what will happen? This r square and this cube will cancel. So, only one extra r in the denominator will be left. So, it will be mu naught n I divided by 8 to the 16 r. Okay. So, mu naught n I by 16 r, option A is the correct answer for this question. Okay, interesting question. Study hard. Hi, study hard. I think you may be Kannadiga in the past. Am I wrong? Study hard. If you are Kannadiga, please say hi. Right? Muhammad Ashraf Ali. Approximately how many questions will come direct formula based in KCET as a direct from the formula based? So, direct formula based there is, see, put the formula, solve the problems, not so many. Okay. So, there will be some concept based questions. Okay. Some concept, if you understand the concept, you do not need to apply the formula like that. Formula based questions are more prominent in NEET exams. They will just, you have to remember the formula, you put the formula, solve it. Like I have shown you in the KCET, this is a formula based question. This is directly a formula based question. But still, in the formula based question also, you have to identify what are what. So, this kind of questions there is a chance of at least 30% questions will be like this, formula based questions. Okay. There will be some that is one formula based question. Okay. There will be 30% questions which will be based on concepts. You do not need to do lot of mathematics, but maybe a small amount of mathematics, small number of logical thinking can be helpful for answering the question. One of the question is like this: the number of turns in a coil of the galvanometer is tripled, then both voltage and the current sensitivity remains constant. Voltage sensitivity increases 3 times and current sensitivity remains constant. Both voltage and current sensitivity decreases by 33%, voltage sensitivity remains constant and current sensitivity increases by 3 times. So, this is a very small formula based question, but you cannot say that directly put the formula and answer the question. You have to understand the logic behind it as well. So this kind of questions does not take a long amount of time. Just you need to understand what is the logic, then you can answer. Okay. So even though this is not a numerical, you need small help of equation to answer this question, right? I know where Bidar is. Okay, I visited Bidar. Yes. Just study person is Kannadiga. No, study person not Kannadiga. I am saying there is a student whose name was Kannadiga, and he used to come a lot and used to show me that hand gesture. So that's why I thought maybe study hard is the same person. Okay, maybe you are the same person. You have changed your name. Muhammad Ryan Roshan. No, study person, let me answer the questions first. So Muhammad Roshan is saying option D. So why option D? You have to understand that the current sensitivity is basically given by, so if you consider the current sensitivity, say SA is basically N and into some constant, basically N into some constant, galvanometer constant. Okay. So this is the current sensitivity divided by current. Okay, divided by current. So how much it is changing with increase in current, that is called current sensitivity. There is a deflection. Basically this is the deflection, how much it is getting deflected on changing the current, that is current sensitivity. Now what is voltage sensitivity? Voltage sensitivity is basically, so if you increase the N by 3 times, definitely if you increase the N by 3 times, your voltage current sensitivity will be 3 times. Okay, but the same formula if you apply for the voltage sensitivity, okay, voltage is basically given by, so now you have increased this number to 3N. Okay, G part is constant. Now V is basically given by I into R. Okay, so initially also it was N G by IR. Now it is also Ng by IR. Now as you have increased the number of turns in the coil, okay, number of turns increase means length also increases. So length increases means what? The resistance of the coil is also increases. Now that is proportional to the length of the coil. So if you increase the number of turns to 3 times, the resistance of the coil will also become 3 times. Okay, that's it. So the resistance increases 3 times means you will see that the voltage sensitivity remains the same. So voltage sensitivity does not depend on the number of turns in the coil, whereas the current sensitivity can be increased by increasing the number of turns in the coil. So voltage sensitivity remains constant, but current sensitivity increases 3 times. Okay, so because current sensitivity, current is only dependent on current, but voltage sensitivity also depends on resistance. So because resistance is also increasing, voltage sensitivity does not change, right? So option D is correct. Yes, Roshan, you are correct to answer this question. Cooper, no, Cooper, you have answered it wrong. Cooper, you are wrong. Okay, voltage sensitivity will not remain constant. Current sensitivity will not remain constant. Current sensitivity is directly proportional to number of turns, but voltage sensitivity, because it depends on the resistance as well, this increasing the number of turns will increase the resistance, that's why they will cancel each other. Now question number 19, easy question. An electron is moving in a circle of radius r in a uniform magnetic field B. Suddenly the field is reduced to B by 2. The radius of the circular path now becomes r by 2, 2r, r by 4, r. So you understood, Dan Cooper, why your answer was wrong, right? Now answer this, try to answer this question. I am giving you one hint that it depends on the Lorentz force. It depends on the Lorentz force. The problem is basically based on the Lorentz force. So whenever I say concept use basically to give you a hint how to solve this question. So what is Lorentz force? Lorentz force says that force acting is basically given by Q VB sin theta. Sin theta, I am assuming they are perpendicular to each other. Circle, they are moving in a circle means obviously perpendicular. So sin theta is obviously 1, right? Now And whenever there is a circular motion, there is a force involved. That force has to be provided by something. Okay. So, in this case, whenever a charge is moving in a circular motion, okay, that force is, we call it centripetal force. The centripetal force has to be provided by something for it to be able to maintain that rotational motion. So, in this case, it is being provided by the Lorentz force. So, Lorentz force is basically providing the centripetal force. From here you can find the radius. Radius is mv divided by qb. Okay, one of the v's will cancel. So, r is equal to mv by qb. Now, if you suddenly reduce the magnetic field to b by 2, then the new radius will be equals to mv by qb by 2. Now, it is division of division. So, this 2 will go up. So, 2 mv by qb, right. Now, mv by qb is basically r. So, r dash is basically 2r. Okay. So, answer is 2r. Okay. Trappy question, but not difficult. This is a difficult question. So, I hope so the questions not come difficult, sir. We can easily solve at least 45 questions. Ashraf, yes, last year there was, as you know, some questions were out of syllabus. There were a lot of confusion amongst the teacher as well. So, many teachers actually taught a lot of questions which were out of syllabus, and many students put focus on them as well. And during the exam, okay, they answered those questions, but later on they realized actually they are out of syllabus question. So, there are a lot of confusion. This year I hope everything is sorted. They even released a proper syllabus printed with all the chapters. Okay, so, there is no portion included from the deleted portion. So, there will be no very less chance of any mishaps. In case there are 1 or 2 questions coming, they will give them as grace marks. Last year so many questions were there, that is why they reduced them, and that actually hampered some of the students' preparation, I know. Okay. Now, try to answer this question. Very interesting question. The given figure, the magnetic field at the center O. Magnetic field at the center O. Okay. How can you do that? First of all, you have to divide this problem into 2 parts. First part is this part. Suppose you have only a circular loop, then what would have been the magnetic field at the center? So, magnetic field at the center of a loop is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni r square divided by 2r cube, right. We have put x equals to 0. So, that is basically mu naught I divided by 2r. This is the magnetic field at the center if the loop is complete. Now, loop is complete means how many portions you can consider here. You can consider that we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, 4 halves of the circle are there. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the 4th part. So, we do not have the 4th part. So, what is the contribution due to this circular part? So, the contribution due to the circular part should be 3 by 4 mu naught I by 2r. So, mu naught I by 2r is basically due to 4 parts, but instead of that one part is missing. So, if one part is missing, then we just have to assume that 3 by 4 mu naught I by 2r. Okay. Now, this portion is parallel along the going through the center. So, this current carrying component will not have any effect on the magnetic field at the center, but this one will have, this part which is very infinitely long wire, it will have a effect on this point because this is not the same point. Now, how to do that? If you have a very infinite, suppose this wire is completely infinite wire, okay, completely infinite wire, then what is the magnetic field due to this completely infinite wire at any point? So, first of all, let us understand this. So, this will be 3 by 8 mu naught I by 2r. From here can you answer? If you see, there are two options, I think, mu naught I by R, mu naught I by R. So only two options, option A or option B. Now if you from here only you can guess the answer. You do not need to calculate the magnetic field due to this straight wire. Why? Because from the superposition we can see that the magnetic field due to this wire will also be in the same direction as of the coil. So coil is current is going in this direction, so the magnetic field is into the page of the paper. In this case current is going in this direction, so again from the right hand rule it will be into the page of the paper. So they will be in the same direction. Okay, so magnetic field due to this wire and magnetic field due to this circular coil both are into the page of the paper. So they will be addition, there will be addition. So addition means only one addition along with the first correct part is there, that is option A. Okay, option C is anywhere incorrect because this does not have 3 by 8. This is also incorrect, it does not have 3 by 8. So either plus or minus. So between them we have the confusion. So now if you apply the law of superposition by finding the individual direction of currents, then we see that they are basically getting added at the center. So added at the center means basically it will be plus sign. So option A is the correct, even without solving the magnetic field due to the infinite wire, then taking half. Okay, ideal should be you have to calculate the magnetic field due to the infinite wire, then take it half, because you are basically cutting it into half. One half is in this side, another half is on the other side, but you have cut and removed that part. So that is why it will be half of that, that is mu naught I by 2 pi r, I think mu naught I by 2 pi r, that is the formula. You take half of that, mu naught I by 4 pi r. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed today's lecture session, and if you want to practice more on your own for your KCET preparation, obviously Abhyas is giving you an opportunity to register now for absolutely free to get the first 4 part test for absolutely free. Now what is the meaning of part test? Part test is basically we have divided the entire syllabus into different parts. Okay, so first part has some chapters from your PU1, second part also have some chapters from PU1, third part will be some chapters from PU1, like that. Okay, so then we will go back to PU2 so that we can revise the chapters of PU1 as well as PU2 one by one. So first 4 part test is absolutely free. You just need to register from the link given in the description. You can go now. If you want to purchase it, it is available right now at 1498, and all those who are preparing for your PU2 exam, you can just add 1 rupee to get the PU2 test series for as well. Okay, so 1499 is for KCET plus PU board combined. Only KCET is 1498, and the price is very less, as you know. Okay, this is just, it is to build your career for your future. So it is like an investment, it is not a spend. There is a difference between a spend and an investment. Okay, you buy a t-shirt, that is a spend. You buy some fancy goggles, you buy some wristwatch, that is a spend. But this is an investment. Once you are selected into KCET, okay, the college fees will be very less because you are coming through KCET. In any other mode, if you are coming via Comet K or if you are coming via management quota is completely different, you know that, but Comet K also higher than KCET seat price. Okay, so basically you can consider this to be an investment which will help you to save money in upcoming KCET exam. So don't wait, at least register. Okay, get the first 4 question papers for free, check yourself, see yourself, then you decide. You can decide later on whether I will purchase it or not. That is absolutely fine. And because we have in mind PU2 students as well, the actual test series will start from 17th of March. Right now 4 free part tests are available. You just need to register yourself, then download the app that will be given at the end of the registration link. Okay, and you can yes sir, I thought into it, and it is minus. Take more questions are similar to KCET so that we will, yes, So we will be doing more questions every day. Every day one teacher is coming live with more number of questions. Okay, Aishwarya ma'am already did few sessions. Okay, tomorrow I think either Jasmine ma'am or Ankit sir will be taking. Then again Friday will be Aishwarya ma'am's class. Next week Tuesday will be my class as well as Friday. Okay, next week 2 classes I will be taking. So don't worry, we are trying to take as many classes as possible. We cannot ignore PU2 students as well. So PU2 students check review series for MCQ preparation is going on, as well as this KCET preparation series is going on. Okay, so to make you give you the clarity based on KCET, and today's session I personally haven't choose any single easy questions. All of them has some twist into it. Okay, so that is why I handpicked those questions, 20 questions, and obviously I am over time, so I have to end this session. And if you have any questions, please don't forget to mention that in the comment below. Okay, and obviously I request you, if you have some time, just register yourself and get the test for free right now. Later on you can decide whether to buy it or not. Okay, and if you are preparing for PU2, PU2 preparation test series is available for just 1 rupee extra. So that is also beneficial for you. If you want to purchase right now, obviously you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you want to wait, you can wait. Later on maybe we will increase the price, right? See you later in our next lecture. Tomorrow morning 9 AM I will be taking a class that will not be live, recorded, but I will see you in that